Hare Krishna, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 14, Sloka number 8. Hare Krishna. So, Sloka is like this 1.14.8, first canto, 14th chapter, and 9th Sloka. Api Devarshina Adistaha Saha Kalaha Ayam Upastita Yadha Atmanaha Angam Akridham Bhagavan Uskrishyati Api Devarshinaadistaha Api Devarshinaadistaha Sakaloyam Upastitaha Sakaloyam Upastitaha Yadhatmano Angamakridham Yadhatmano Angamakridham Bhagavan Usrishyati Bhagavan Usrishyati Api Devarshinaadistaha Sakaloyam Upastitaha Yadhatmano Angamakridham Bhagavan Usrishyati Api Devarshinaadistaha Sakaloyam Upastitaha Yadhatmano Angamakridham Bhagavan Usrishyati
Api Devarshinaadishtaha
Api Devarshinaadistaha
Sakaloyam Upastitaha
Sakaloyam Upastitaha Yadatmanam Angamakridam
Bhagavan Utsishtati
Bhagavan Uttishthati Api Devarshinaadistaha Sakaloyam Upastitaha Adatmano Angamakridam Bhagavan Uttishthati Api Devarshinaadistaha Sakaloyam Upastitaha Yadatmano Angamakridam Bhagavan Uttishthati
Api Devasi Ashtushtan
Api Devarshinaadistaha
Swakalo Upastita
Sakaloyam Upastitaha Yadatmano Angamakridam
Bhagwan Sri Sati
Bhagavan Uttishthati Api Devarshinaadistaha Sakaloyam Upastitaha Yadatmano Angamakridam Bhagavan Uttishthati
Api Devarshinaadishtaha
Api Devarshinaadistaha
Sakaloyam Upastitaha सकालोऽयम् उपस्थितः यदात्मनोऽङ्गमात्मीयम् भगवानुत्तिष्ठति
अपि देवर्षिणादिष्टः
सकालोऽयम् उपस्थितः यदात्मनोऽङ्गमात्मीयम् भगवान् उत्तिष्ठति सकालोऽयम् उपस्थितः यदात्मनोऽङ्गमात्मीयम् भगवान् उत्तिष्ठति अपि देवर्षिणादिष्टः सकालोऽयम् उपस्थितः यदात्मनोऽङ्गमात्मीयम् भगवान् उत्तिष्ठति सकालोऽयम् उपस्थितः यदात्मनोऽङ्गमात्मीयम् भगवान् उत्तिष्ठति
Hare Krishna. Okay, word to word meaning. Abhi, whether Devarshina, by the demigod Saint Narada, Adishtaha, instructed, Saha, that, Kalaha, eternal time, Ayam, this Upastita, arrived, Yadha, when, Atmanaha, of his own self, Angham, plenary portion, Akridham, manifestation, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Ukrishati, he going to quit. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. So is he going to quit his earthly pastimes as Devarshi Narada indicated, as that time has already arrived. So purport. As we have discussed many times, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, has many plenary expansions, and each and every one of them, although equally powerful, execute the different functions. In the Bhagavad Gita, there are different statements by the Lord, and each of these statements is meant for the different plenary portions or the portions of the plenary portions. For example, Sri Krishna, the Lord, says in Bhagavad Gita, wherever there is a decline in the religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Bhagavad Gita 4.7. To deliver the faithful, to annihilate the miscreants, and also to re-establish the principles of occupational duty, I appear in every age. 4.8 Bhagavad Gita. If I should cease to work, then all humanity would be misdirected. I would also be a cause of the creating unwanted population, and I would thereby destroy the peace of all sentient beings. Bhagavad Gita 3.24. Whatever actions a great man performs, common man will follow, and whatever standards he sets by complete exemplary acts, all the world pursues. Bhagavad Gita 3.21. All the above statements by the Lord apply to the different plenary portions of the Lord, namely his expansions such as Sankarshana, Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Aniruddha and Narayana. These are all he himself in different transcendental expansions, and still the Lord as Sri Krishna functions in the different sphere of the transcendental exchange with the different grades of devotees. And yet Lord Krishna as he is appeared once in every 24 hours of a Brahma's life, or after the lapse of 88,640,000 solar years. In each and every universe and all his transcendental pastimes are displayed in each and every universe in a routine spool. But in that routine spool, the functions of Lord Krishna, the Vasudeva, Lord Vasudeva, etc., are complete complex problems for the layman. There is no difference between the Lord's self and the Lord's transcendental body. The expansion executes different activities. When the Lord, however, appears in his person as the Lord Sri Krishna, his other plenary portions are also joined in him by his inconceivable potency called Yoga Maya. So, and thus, the Lord Krishna of Vrindavan is different from the Lord Krishna of Mathura or the Lord Krishna of Dwaraka. The Virata Rupa of the Lord Krishna is also different from him. By his inconceivable potency, the Virata Rupa exhibited on the battlefield of Kurukshetra is the material conception of his form. Therefore, it should be understood that when the Lord Krishna was apparently killed by the bow and arrow of the hunter, the Lord left his so-called material body in the material world. The Lord is a Kaivalya, and for him there is no difference between the matter and the spirit because everything is created from him. Therefore, his quitting one sort of body or accepting another sort of body does not mean that he is like the ordinary living being. All such all such activities are simultaneously one and the different by his inconceivable potency. When the Lord, when Maharaj Yudhishthira was lamenting the possibility of his disappearance, it was just in the pursuance of a custom of lamenting the disappearance of the great friend. But actually, the Lord never quits his transcendental body as he is misconceived by the less intelligent persons. Such less intelligent persons have been condemned by the Lord Himself in the Bhagavad Gita, and they are known as Mudas. That the Lord left his body means that he has left again his plenary portion in the respective dhams, transcendental abodes, as he left his Varata Rupa in the material world. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chekshurun Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padhaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Kankarati Vachara Punyamati Hiriyetu Mahatma Vande Shri Guru Kinataram Paramananda Chaitanya Ishwaran. Hare Krishna. I think too much echo. It can be reduced. Okay. So, today Bhagavatam class, I came to know yesterday night, 9 or 11 o'clock. So, I think Rama Pramay Prabhu supposed to give, and he has to go to home. So, yesterday night Prabhu left. Okay. So, in this sloka, it is mentioned very nicely. Many times We have generally people have a lot of doubts. Why Lord appears here? Where was my one more book? Okay. So why Lord appears here? Is really Lord appears or not? So there are many questions for the people. In one case, in Mahabharata also, in one situation comes uh, both the armies were fighting ferociously, and there was no choice for the both the sides, and nobody had a confidence that we will win the battle, because one side is a Bhishma Dev who has Ichha Mrityu. He can leave body when he wants. Another side, Krishna himself is there and Pandavas. ಸೊ ಬೋತ್ ದ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ రెండు ಪಕ್ಕಲ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಕಡೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಗೆದ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಹೂ ವಿಲ್ ವಿನ್. ಸೊ ಬೋತ್ ದ ಸೈಡ್ ನೋ ದ ಫೈಟರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಫೆರೋಷಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್, and but Duryodhana was not happy. So when Duryodhana was not happy, he went to his army chief Bhishma Dev and says, see, you are doing a partiality. ನೀವು ಭೇದ ಭಾವದಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. నువ్వు సపరేట్గా చేయడం వల్ల నువ్వు మేము వేరే వాళ్ళు వేరే అని ఆలోచించి యుద్ధం చేయడం వల్ల మేము గెలవలేకపోతున్నాము, లేకపోతే మనము గెలిచేవాళ్ళం అంట. సో he actually he uses the word that you are like a cheating me. You are supposed to work for the win of the Kauravas, but you are working for the win of the Pandavas. So this is not good. You have eaten my food and everything he was telling. Even though the food, Duryodhana, whose food he is eating? It's Bhishma Deva's. Actually, it's a Bhishma Deva property. And because he has taken a vow, and this fellow claiming that you are eating my food and no, you are not working for me. If you wholeheartedly work, definitely we will win in one day. So when he spoke very harshly, and Bhishma Deva said, and he took a vow that tomorrow I'll kill the Pandavas or I'll die. This is the way he says. So give me some time, I'll sit and do my, what is that, yajna, so that I can create a 5 weapons which can be used for killing a 5 Pandavas. So then yes, Duryodhana was very happy. He arranged everything for the yajna, and he sat, and with his devotional power, వాళ్ళకున్న భక్తి శక్తి నుంచి వాళ్ళు ఒక 5 బాణాలని సృష్టిస్తారు. ఎందుకంటే 5 బాణాలు 5 మంది పాండవుల్ని చంపడానికి ఉపయోగించవచ్చు అనేసి. సో when he created all 5 arrows and said that he shows these 5 arrows are sufficient to kill Pandavas. So tomorrow you let me know what time I should kill all Pandavas, I'll kill. So this he took the arrows and keeps in the rack. And Duryodhana doesn't have a faith on the Bhishma Dev. So he says that, give me those weapons. Give me those weapons. ఆ బాణాలు నాకు ఇచ్చేయి, రేపు నేను ఒక్కొక్క బాణం ఇస్తాను, ఇచ్చి this arrow is for Yudhishthir, leave it, kill him. Then I'll give another arrow, this arrow for Bhima, kill him. So like that, I'll tell, you kill. Fine. Whatever word I gave you, I created my 5 arrows. Take. So he gives 5 arrows. After this conversation, Duryodhana went back to his kutir. సో వాళ్ళు ఎక్కడైతే ఉన్నారో అక్కడికి దుర్యోధనుడు వెళ్ళిపోతాడు. వెళ్ళిపోయిన తర్వాత అలా ఇంట్లో వెళ్ళి కూర్చున్నాడో లేదో ఎవరో వచ్చి డోర్ కొడతారు. Somebody knocks the door. When he opens, for his astonishing thing is Arjuna is in front of his door. అర్జునుడు వచ్చి డోర్ ముందర నిల్చున్నాడు. Confusion, bewilderment, so many things in his mind. నో, సందిగ్ధంలో ఉన్నాడు. ఎందుకు వచ్చాడు అర్జునుడు? అది నా దగ్గరికి ఎందుకు వచ్చాడు? 100 ఆలోచనలు వచ్చేస్తాయి క్షణాల్లో. సరే, ఎనీవే అతిథి, సో ఈ ఇన్వైటెడ్ హిమ్, ప్లీజ్ టేక్ ఎ సీట్, హౌ కెన్ ఐ హెల్ప్ యూ? ఎస్, ఫర్ దట్ ఓన్లీ ఐ కేమ్. I think you remember when this Gandharvas has kidnapped you, that time I and my brother Bhima has saved you. And for that return, you mentioned that you take some boon. No, I said no, I don't want. మీరు ఒక వరం తీసుకోండి, మీరు నన్ను గంధర్వుల నుంచి రక్షించారు కాబట్టి మీకు ఏదైనా నేను ఇవ్వాలనుకుంటున్నాను, అడగండి అని. సో నాకు అప్పుడేం అవసరం లేదు, నేను ఎప్పుడన్నా అవసరమైనప్పుడు అడుగుతానులే అని చెప్పాను. నీకు గుర్తుందా? వెన్ ఎవర్ రిక్వైర్డ్ ఐ ఆస్క్. ఎస్, ఐ టు రిమెంబర్. సో వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ కెప్ట్ ఇన్ అలా అల్మరా 5 arrows, ప్లీజ్ గివ్ మీ బ్యాక్. ఏమైతే అలారంలో అల్మారాలో పెట్టావో 5 బాణాలు నాకు ఇచ్చేయండి. వీడికి ఒక్కసారికి మైండ్ అంతా పని చేయకుండా అయిపోయింది. హిస్ మైండ్ బికమ్ లైక్ ఎ రియల్లీ స్ట్రక్. Okay, no option. He gives that 5 arrows to Arjuna. Arjuna says, thank you so much for keeping your word. And he went back. After that, he started thinking, Hare, how come this Arjuna knows that I have 5 arrows, which is meant for killing the Pandavas? So, పాండవుల్ని చంపడానికి 5 బాణాలు నా దగ్గర ఉన్నాయని అర్జునుడికి ఎలా తెలుసు? So then, his doubt again continues and goes to Krishna. Yes, maybe. And he actually asked, how come you know this? No, actually Krishna told me. See, devotees are so merciful, they'll give a hint also to identify Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is supreme. So then, after that, he became really confused. No, really Krishna is a God? Otherwise, how he knows that I have a 5 arrows which is created by Bhishma Deva to kill Pandavas? సో ఎలాగ తెలుసు అతనికి? మేబీ కృష్ణుడేమన్నా భగవంతుడేమో, నేనేమన్నా పొరపాటు పడ్డానా? ఎప్పుడు పొరపాటు? సో నారాయణ చతురంగి సేన one side, I'll be another side without any weapons. And he says, Are Murkha Arjuna, you don't know how to select. Narayana Chaturangi Sena in his history never seen any defeat. Wherever they go, whichever kingdom, they'll win the kingdom and come back. That is the power of Narayana Sena. Anta Shakti untundi Narayana Senaki. అలాంటి నారాయణ సేన అంతా ఒక పక్క పెట్టేసి నేను ఒకడే, అది నా చేతిలో ఆయుధం పట్టుకోను, ఏమీ చేయను, ఏంటికి పనికిమాలి? అలాంటప్పుడు దుర్యోధనుడు అంటాడు, అంటే మాట ఇచ్చేసిన తర్వాత నారాయణ సేన నాకి కృష్ణుడు అర్జునుడికి అన్న తర్వాత, కృష్ణుడు రథంలో కూర్చొని తను కూడా రక్షించుకోలేని స్థితిలో ఉన్న వ్యక్తిని నువ్వు కోరుకున్నవేంటి అర్జున, మూర్ఖ. Even Krishna cannot protect himself because the Ratha Sarathi just will sit and drive the Rath. He cannot protect himself. How will you protect here? No, your army. You are the Murkha number 1. Then Arjuna says, I know what to take. I am enoughly enlightened with a proper scriptural knowledge. So like this. So then he remembered, who is intelligent, me or Arjuna? Arjuna has selected Krishna, and I have taken the Narayana Chaturangi Sena. So in this one point of time, even Karna says to Duryodhana, he was very happy after getting the Narayana Chaturangi Sena. Says that Karna, my dear friend, we are very, very strong now. We have a sufficient army also. We also got an army of Dwaraka. Now our army is undefeatable. So అజేయంగా ఉంది మన ఆర్మీ అని చెప్తారు. So then Karna says, you know why Narayana Chaturangi Sena is undefeatable?
Narayana itself is not good.
So when Narayana was there with army, so it was undefeatable. Now Narayana is out of picture. What will you do with Narayana Chaturangi Sena? So it is no use. No. Karna, you don't know. I know everything. Just be quiet. So like this, Krishna gives even the most demonic person also to think about the Lord. He is so merciful. Duryodhana was bewildered and illusioned and confused about his possessions and other things. Still, Krishna gave him a little hint in the presence of Arjuna. That's why when the devotees comes, or when we go to the association of devotees, what happens? Our love for Lord, or the faith on the Lord, hope on the Lord increases. That's why sadhu sangha, lavamatra sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoy. So if you take an association of the sadhus, even momentarily, what happens? Our faith on the Lord and the trust on the Lord increases. So that is what we need. సో ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ అర్జునుడు కొంచెం సమయం అర్జునుడు ఎవరికి ఇచ్చారు? దుర్యోధనకి ఇచ్చారు. అంటే కృష్ణుడు ఏం చెప్తాడంటే ఇక్కడ ఎలాంటి అంటే రాక్షసులకైనా సరే, భగవంతుని నమ్మని వారికైనా సరే ఏం చేస్తాడు? భగవంతుడు అంతో ఇంతో అవకాశం ఇస్తాడు భగవంతుని అర్థం చేసుకోవడానికి. ఇక్కడ దుర్యోధనుడు ఎప్పుడూ కూడా కృష్ణుడికి విరుద్ధంగా ఉన్నప్పటికీ అర్జున్ని అక్కడికి పంపించి ఆ 5 బాణాలు తీసుకొని ఆయన్ని దుర్యోధన్ని ఆలోచింపజేశాడు. ఎస్, కృష్ణుడు ఉన్నాడేమో, కృష్ణుడు దేవుడేమో అనేలాగా ఆలోచించాడు. సో అందువల్ల సాధువుల సంఘం మనం ఎప్పుడైతే తీసుకుంటామో మనలో రిజల్ట్ ఏంటంటే భగవంతుని మీద నమ్మకము, భగవంతుని యొక్క ప్రెజెన్స్, భగవంతుడు ఉన్నాడనే ధైర్యము మనకు వస్తుంది. అందుకనే ఎప్పుడు కూడా మనము భక్తుల సంఘంలో ఉండాలి. భక్తుల సంఘంలో ఎప్పుడైతే ఉంటామో ఆటోమేటిక్గా మనము భగవంతుని కూడా చూడగలుగుతాం. సో అది ఇక్కడ చెప్తున్నాను. సో దట్స్ వై ద ఫెయిత్ ఆన్ ద లార్డ్ ఈజ్ వీ కెనాట్ సే దట్ కృష్ణ డింట్ రివీల్ టు మీ, కృష్ణ డింట్ కమ్ టు మీ. Krishna is giving a chance to even Duryodhana. What to speak of us? దుర్యోధనను కూడా ఛాన్స్ ఇచ్చాడు కృష్ణుడు. అందరికీ ఛాన్స్ ఇస్తాడు. సో మనం ఎప్పుడైతే దాన్ని ఉపయోగించుకుంటామో భగవంతునికి దగ్గరగా వెళ్తాం, ఎప్పుడైతే మనం ఉపయోగించుకోమో భగవంతునికి దూరంగా వెళ్తాం. సో అందువల్ల ఇస్ ద మేజర్ థింగ్ సాధు సంఘ భజన క్రియ. శ్రద్ధ, సాధు సంఘ భజన క్రియ. శ్రద్ధ. సో జనరలీ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్, మనం ఏం చేస్తాము? దేవుడి గుడికి ఎందుకు వెళ్తాం? ఏదో కొంచెం మనసులో ఏదో శ్రద్ధ ఉంటుంది, పోయి ఒకసారి దర్శనం చేసుకొని వద్దాం, భగవంతుని చూసి వస్తామని వస్తాం. విల్ కమ్ విత్ ఎ లిటిల్ ఫెయిత్. ఇట్ సేస్ దట్ కోమల శ్రద్ధ. కోమల శ్రద్ధ మీన్స్ when you take some seed and put into the soil, soak it in the soil, it comes up little. So when it is very tender, even a small kid or even a small particle of the stone can break that. Very tender. అది చాలా కోమలంగా ఉంటుంది. అది చాలా కోమలంగా ఉన్నప్పుడు చిన్న పిల్లోడైనా తెంచేయచ్చు, దాన్ని ఏదైనా చేయొచ్చు. దాన్ని ఏమంటారంటే కోమల అంటారు. సో మనకి జనరల్గా మేమంతా భక్తులు అంటాం కదా, మనం బయట వెళ్తే చాలా మంది మేము చాలా భక్తి చేస్తాం సార్, మేము ఎప్పుడు కూడా అది చేస్తున్నాం అంటే వాళ్ళు ఈ లెవెల్లో ఉంటారు, కోమల శ్రద్ధ. సో వాళ్ళ దగ్గర ఒక 2-3 పాయింట్లు ఏమన్నా ఎక్కడున్నాడు భగవంతుడు ఉంటే కరోనా ఎందుకు వచ్చిందంటే అయిపోయారు, లేడు భగవంతుడు లేడు అని వేసుకుంటారు. సో ఇఫ్ యూ సే దట్ వై వీఆర్ ఫేసింగ్ దీస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్, ఇఫ్ లార్డ్ ఈస్ దేర్ హీ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ హెల్ప్డ్ us, సో దెన్ ద ఫెయిత్ విల్ గో ఆఫ్. దీన్ని ఏమంటారంటే కోమల శ్రద్ధ అంటారు. సో దిస్ కోమల శ్రద్ధ హ్యాస్ టు బి ప్రొటెక్టెడ్. అందుకే మనకి అసోసియేషన్ ఆఫ్ డివోటీస్ అనేది చాలా అవసరం. భక్తుల సంఘంలో వచ్చినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే ఆ కోమల శ్రద్ధ, ఆ చిన్న పైరు ఏమైతే ఉందో అది పెరుగుతూ భక్తి లతా బీచ్ ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తుంది? భగవంతుని పాదం దగ్గరికి వెళ్తుంది. ఇట్ అరైవ్స్ ద లోటస్ ఫీట్ ఆఫ్ కృష్ణ ఇన్ గోలోక బృందావన్. శ్రద్ధ, సాధు సంఘ, భజన క్రియ. సో వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్, మనకి ఆ శ్రద్ధ నుంచి మనము ఇక్కడికి వస్తాం. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చినాక ఏమవుతుంది? సాధు సంఘ అవుతుంది. సో వెన్ యూ కమ్ హియర్, యు ఆర్ నాట్ ఓన్లీ ద వన్ పర్సన్, దేర్ ఆర్ మెనీ డివోటీస్, ఎవ్రీబడి ప్రాక్టీసింగ్ హియర్. విల్ సిట్ విత్ దెమ్, విల్ డిస్కస్ విత్ దెమ్. సో అలాగా వచ్చిన తర్వాత సాధు సంఘం సిగుతుంది. సాధు సంఘం ఎప్పుడైతే దొరుకుతుందో అప్పుడు భజన క్రియ. ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం? ఇంతకుముందు కీర్తన చేసాం, ఇప్పుడు కథ వింటున్నాం. Just we did Kirtan and now we are reading the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So Bhajana Kriya starts Bhajana Kriya. When Bhajana Kriya starts, what happens? Anartha Nivrutti. So that's where the starting point of devotional service. When Anartha Nivrutti starts, that is a different experience. So some devotees, yes, I am getting better in my life. I am getting rid of all diseases, some things and some other things that why I am facing the problems now. Before it was not there. So like that. సో ఈ అనర్థ నివృత్తి సమయంలో ఏమవుతుందంటే మనలో ఉన్న అంటే కల్మషాలు ఏమైతే ఉన్నాయో అవన్నీ పోతాయి. కల్మషాలు పోయేటప్పుడు మనకి చాలా నొప్పి వస్తుంది. ఎందుకు? అవి ఎప్పుడు మనతో పాటే ఉన్నాయి కదా, చాలా రోజుల నుంచి, చాలా జన్మల నుంచి మనతో పాటు ఉన్న వాళ్ళు. ఇప్పుడు ఎవరన్నా మన ఇంటి పక్కలో మంచి ఫ్రెండ్ ఇల్లు ఖాళీ చేసి వెళ్ళిపోతుంటే ఎలా ఉంటుంది? బాధేస్తుంది. అలాగే వాళ్ళు కూడా చాలా మంచి ఫ్రెండ్స్ మనల్ని ఎప్పుడు భగవంతుని దగ్గర పోనివ్వలేదు. వాళ్ళు దే ఆర్ నాట్ లీవింగ్ అస్ టు ద లార్డ్, దే ఆర్ ఆల్వేస్ కీపింగ్ అస్ అవే ఫ్రమ్ ద లార్డ్. సో దట్స్ వై దే ఆర్ వెరీ గుడ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఆఫ్ అస్. సో ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు రిమూవ్ దెమ్ ఇట్స్ రియలీ పెయిన్ఫుల్. సో చెప్తారనమాట, కాల్లో ముళ్ళు దొరికినప్పుడు ముళ్ళు లోపల ఉంటే ఏమవుతుంది? పెయిన్ వస్తుంది. తీసేటప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? ఇంకా ఎక్కువ పెయిన్ వస్తుంది. ఆ కొంత సమయం మనం తట్టుకుంటే తర్వాత పెయిన్ పూర్తిగా పోతుంది. సో వెన్ థాట్స్ స్టక్ ఇన్ టు ద ఫీట్ we try to remove it. When you are removing it's lot of pain than normal, but somehow we need to tolerate that pain. Anartha nivrutti state, then we'll enjoy our Krishna consciousness or our life. So that's why this is a important Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha nivrutti. This once we cross this stage of Anartha nivrutti, ఎవరైతే అనర్థ నివృత్తి స్టేజ్ దాటుతారో వాళ్ళకి భక్తి ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే చాలా ఆనందంగా ఉంటుంది. వేరే వాళ్ళ మీద కంప్లైంట్స్ ఉండవు, వీళ్ళ మీద కంప్లైంట్స్ ఉండదు. అజాత శత్రువు అంటే శత్రువులు లేనివాడు. లాస్ట్ టైం ఎప్పుడు భాగవతం క్లాస్లో ఇక్కడే చెప్పారు. ఉన్నారు ఎవరన్నా అట్లా? ధర్మరాజు దుర్యోధనుడు ఉన్నాడు కదా శత్రువు. సో అజాత శత్రువు అంటే ఏంటంటే మనము వేరే వాళ్ళని శత్రువులాగా భావించకూడదు. వీ షుడ్ నాట్ ట్రీట్ ఎనీ లివింగ్ ఎంటిటీ ఇన్ దిస్ వరల్డ్ యాజ్ అవర్ ఎనిమీస్. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ అజాత శత్రు. అజాత శత్రు మీన్స్ నో శత్రువుస్ ఫర్ హిమ్. సో లైక్ దట్. సో డివోటీస్ కమ్స్ టు దట్ స్టేజ్, then they will become very happy. Once Lord Buddha said, so somebody went and asked, my dear Lord, I am getting lot of angry, what to do? So when you get angry, so how it works, he gives one example. If somebody comes to you with a gift, if you won't accept the gift, what happens? They will take back. Whoever brought the gift, they will back. మనకు ఎవరైనా బహుమతి ఇవ్వడానికి వచ్చినప్పుడు మనం అది స్వీకరిస్తే మన దగ్గర ఉంటుంది, స్వీకరించకపోతే వాళ్ళు రిటర్న్ తీసుకెళ్తారు. సిమిలర్లీ ఈవెన్ పర్సన్ కమ్స్ విత్ యాంగర్, వాట్ ఎవర్ ద నెగిటివిటీ, డోంట్ యాక్సెప్ట్ దట్. ఇఫ్ యూ యాక్సెప్ట్, వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్? యూ విల్ ఆల్సో ఎంటర్ ఇన్ టు ద సేమ్ పార్టీ. He will also, if he comes with anger, and he will also become anger. Then he will become anger. Then he will become anger. Then finally, what happens? The fight happens. So that's why we should not receive all the gifts. We should know which gift we need to take. So all the gifts are not meant for our devotional service. Okay. So anyway, we'll start now. So wherever there is a decline in the religious practices, O descendant of Bharata, and predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself here. So Lord is saying here, Prabhu, how much time? 15 minutes I have? 10:30, no? Till 10:30. And if somebody can check the prasadam time, then I'll accordingly I'll move. So, okay. So what happens? Here there is a lot of things in this sloka. So mentions that the statement by the Lord applies in the plenary portions and the portions of namely his expansions such as the Sankarshana, Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Narayana. These are all he himself in the different transcendental expansions, and still the Lord is Sri Krishna is functions in the different sphere of the transcendental exchange with different grades of devotees. So Lord appears into the different avatars. If you see in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the outer skate, if you see all the Vaikuntha lokas are mentioned, different Vaikuntha lokas. Vamana Vaikuntha Loka, Varaha Vaikuntha Loka, Narasimha Vaikuntha Loka. Yes, here you can see so many Vaikuntha lokas. Whichever avatara Lord takes, for him there will be a separate Vaikuntha loka. ఏ అవతారం అయితే భగవంతుడు తీసుకుంటాడో ప్రతి అవతారానికి కూడా ఒక్కొక్క వైకుంఠ లోకం ఉంటుంది. సో కింద మనం ఉన్నది భూలోకం మీద ఉన్నది కైలాసం మీద ఉన్నది వైకుంఠము తర్వాత ఉన్నది కొంచెం పైన ఉన్నది అయోధ్య పైన ఉన్నది భూలోకము. సో ఇలాగా దేవి మహేషు హరితేషు తేషు. సో బ్రహ్మ సంహిత బ్రహ్మ చెప్తారనమాట. దేవిధామం అంటే ఏంటి? మనం ఉన్నది 14 లోకాలు. సో మనం ఏవైతే 14 లోకాలు ఉన్నాయి కదా, భూర్భువర్ణం అతల సుతల తలాతల మహాతల రసాతల పాతాల డౌన్, దెన్ అబౌవ్, all 14 planetary system whatever we have, this is called Devidam. దుర్గా అంటే ఏంటంటే దుర్గం అంటాం కదా, ఇది పోర్ట్ రాజులు కోటలు కట్టుకునేవాడు. సో కింగ్స్ హ్యాస్ దేర్ ఓన్ కింగ్డమ్స్ విత్ higher walls. So this is the port of 14 planetary system. Durga, who is in charge here? Durga Devi is in charge for this 14 planetary system. And once you cross that above, there is you can see like a sun. Half is yellow, half is black, small sun. That is what? You can just focus it. Maharloka. No. Okay, anyway, that is Kailasa. So you see Kailasa below that, whatever the half is there, black, that will be in the material world, and above will be in the spiritual world. So there will be Sadasiva above that yellowish place. Sadasiva will sit, and below that, whatever from black to till down, everything is a temporary. From there starts permanent. Like then Brahma Jyoti comes, then Vaikuntha Loka comes, then Ayodhya comes. So Ayodhya, you see that this Vaikuntha Lokas are the one box. Above the box and below the above box, middle there is a small Krishna, Rama, Lord Ramachandra, everybody said that is called Ayodhya. Akkada Ayodhya untadi. So dani paina unnadi Golokam. So ilaga, so Brahma explains this, Brahma Samhita. Okay. So anyway, so this is the expansions. Just so many expansions of the Lord comes for the different purpose. So now there are the devotees of different expansions. Now Prahlad Maharaj worships Lord Narasimhadev. Then Dhruva Maharaj worships Lord Vishnu. So like that. So each devotee worship different avatars. So that's why Lord appears in the different forms. And this, even in the material world, Lord appears as a universal form. So this is all mentions. Now just we'll have some devotees, how their life has lived. Tulsidas. How many of you know about Tulsidas? Very good. So Tulsidas is a devotee of Lord Ramachandra. He has written one book. ఒక పుస్తకం రాశారు. ఏం అది పుస్తకం? Ramacharita Manas. So Ramacharita Manas, if you see, last time we went to Hampi. How many of you have come for Hampi? Many, I think. In Hampi, night we have taken a darshan of Lord Ramachandra in what is that? Malyavanta Raghunatha. They are the people who stays there. around last 15 years, regularly 24 hours Ramayana recitation, that is Ramacharita. And no, Malyavanta Raghunatha is so beautiful, so handsome to see him. And more than him, the Lakshmi Devi is more beautiful. I don't know how many of you have taken darshan. So attracting, and Lord sitting. Rama is sitting in sin. కూర్చొని ఉన్నారు భగవంతుడు అక్కడ. So ilaga Ramacharita. This Ramacharita written by Tulsidas. Just I'll explain about the Tulsidas little bit. So Tulsidas born in Maharashtra, the part of Maharashtra, and in childhood he lost his parents, I think my father, and he born in the low class family, and people in those times they were not allowing him to come to other places, and no father లేరు. తర్వాత తక్కువ అంటే నిమ్న జాతిలో పుట్టాడని చెప్పేసి ఎవరు ఆయన్ని అలౌ చేయట్లేదు. సో వన్ గురు హ్యాస్ పిక్డ్ హిమ్ అండ్ బ్రాట్ హిమ్ టు ద ఆశ్రమ్. సో దెన్ ఎవ్రీబడి స్టార్టెడ్ criticizing the guru. How can you do this? You are reading scriptures and you are following everything. How can you do this? మీరు ఇలా చేయకూడదు, అలా నిమ్న జాతి వాళ్ళని తేకూడదు అని. అప్పుడు వాళ్ళు చెప్తారు, నిమ్న జాతి కాదు, పెద్ద జాతి కాదు, మనం ఎప్పుడైతే భక్తి ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తామో భగవంతుడు అందరినీ ఒకే రకంగా చూస్తారు అని. సో somehow he convinced them and he brought him to the ashram. And see, Tulsidas had one small Rama deity with him before he comes to ashram. Somehow he used to like Rama really. So then he came to ashram కి వచ్చారు. ఆశ్రమంకి వచ్చిన తర్వాత గురు చేతిలో ఆ రాముని విగ్రహం పెట్టేశారు. గురువు దగ్గరే ఉంది. సో దెన్ ద డేస్ వర్ మూవింగ్ and every day he was practicing, and no, Guru was teaching him very nicely, and he started narrating nicely, and he has a lot of desire to narrate Ramayana. He want to narrate Ramayana, so he learned everything nicely. And after some time Tulsidas became a young person, and now he has to marry. So then Guru arranged his marriage and said that okay, you pelli cheskoni vellachappa. సో పెళ్ళి అయిన తర్వాత ఏదైతే రాముని విగ్రహం తెచ్చాడో ఆ రాముని విగ్రహం మళ్ళీ ఆయన చేతిలో పెట్టి, నాయనా మర్చిపోకే, సో నువ్వు ఇచ్చిన విగ్రహం నీకు మళ్ళీ నేనే ఇస్తున్నాను, నా దగ్గర వేరే ఏమీ లేదు నీకు ఇవ్వడానికి, సో ఇది తీసుకొని భగవంతుని మర్చిపోకుండా పూజ చేయి. డోంట్ ఫర్గెట్, ఐ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ గిఫ్ట్ టు గివ్ యూ, ఐ హ్యావ్ ఓన్లీ దిస్ రామా స్టాచ్యూ, ఐ విల్ గివ్ దిస్ అండ్ ప్లీజ్ కీప్ కంటిన్యూ యువర్ ప్రేయర్స్ అండ్ సర్వీస్. Okay, how can I forget Lord Rama? Who? He is the one who brought at your lotus feet. I was only at sheltered with the Rama, and Rama brought to the Guru, and Guru again giving a Rama back to him. So yes, fine, of course I won't forget, but Guru knows, right? Guru will be knowing at least some extent. Says that in Srimad Bhagavatam mentions, sometimes we get confused. Will my Guru knows everything about me? And some devotees also narrates very nice story. I thought in my mind, and no, my Guru spoke like this. Something. It may be coincident also sometime. But in Shastra, Srimad Bhagavatam mentions, Krishna gives the knowledge to the spiritual master or the Guru, how much he is supposed to know about his disciple to correct him and bring him back to Godhead. అర్థమైందా? సో గురువుకి భగవంతుడు ఇంత జ్ఞానం ఇస్తాడంట. ఎంత జ్ఞానం? తన శిష్యుని గురించి ఎంత జ్ఞానం అంటే, వాళ్ళని భగవద్ధామం అంటే భక్తికి తీసుకురావడానికి, భక్తి నుంచి మళ్ళీ భగవద్ధామకు తీసుకెళ్ళడానికి ఎంత జ్ఞానం అయితే కావాలో అంత జ్ఞానం గురువుకి కృష్ణుడు హృదయం నుంచి ఇస్తాడంట. అఫ్ కోర్స్ స్పిరిచువల్ మాస్టర్ హ్యాస్ నో అబౌట్ us అబ్సల్యూట్లీ, వాళ్ళకి తెలుసు మన గురించి. సో దట్స్ వై they'll guide us into spiritual life. So then finally he married, and now he starts going out, and now after comes, we know, while Bhagavatam class everybody will be nourished. Yes, Prabhu will preach We'll bring more people, we'll chant and we'll do. No, here only we'll sit. Once we hear the class, 5 minutes we'll hear a class and start planning. Yes, now I'll make this, I'll make this. Rest of the class we'll forget. No, we'll make plans. After class, everything we'll forget. So we go out. Similarly, Tulsidas also went with his wife. And no, as usual, what happens in the normal life? He was with his wife and newly married and he was spending always with her time and he forgot about Rama. He put into the one box and kept it on the rack somewhere. So every moment, Ajamila, whenever, whatever you want to take, Narayana, take prasadam, Narayana, come here, Narayana, drink water. So Tulsidas was meditating on his wife. Wherever wife goes, he was with him, with her. So finally, what happened one day, some information has come that Tulsidas has to go to next village, some urgent purpose. Then Tulsidas went there to do some work and told to wife, don't worry, I'll come back. Very soon I'll come back. So fine. So వాళ్ళు వేరే ఊరికి వెళ్ళారు అర్జెంట్ పర్పస్ మీద, పని మీద. Again, there is another news to wife that your father is very serious, he want to see you. See how Lord plans, na? Says your father is very serious, he want to see you. At least Lord's look. మీ ఫాదర్ ఏమొచ్చా జీవన మృత్యు మధ్యದಲ್ಲಿ ఉన్నారో, మీరు వచ్చి మీ ఫాదర్ని చూడాలని. Okay, again she wrote another letter and placed on the bed and she moved to father place. When she moved to father place and again immediately Tulsidas came back and he is looking at his wife and wife is not there. And he finally found a piece of paper where it's written that same information, my father is not feeling well, I have to go to home and I want to stay there only for some time. You are too much attached to me. It's not good for you. That's why I want to stay there. Don't come there. సో రావద్దు అక్కడికి, నువ్వు ఇక్కడే ఉండు కొన్ని రోజులు, నీకు ఇది ప్రాక్టీస్ కావాలి అని. బట్ వాట్ ఎవర్ వర్డ్స్ he could not hear. So immediately he started walking and in between like a same Bilvamangal story, Bilvamangal Thakur story only happens in his life also. A heavy rain, storm and rivers are flowing heavily. Somehow he took a help of one boat and he crossed, and by the time he reached home everything was closed. So ఇంటికి వెళ్ళేటప్పటికి ఇల్లంతా క్లోజ్ అయిపోయింది. ఒక 2-3 సార్లు డోర్ కొడతారు, ఓపెన్ అవ్వదు. He banged the door, nobody is opening. He jumped on the wall inside the house and some people really fearful. Who has come? Some thief has come. Catch him, catch him, catch him. Everybody trying to catch him. Finally they caught him. Who is that? Their son-in-law. So then everybody understood and his wife also came. If some incident happened, everybody gives a different look to everyone's differently. Everybody looking at his wife, see your husband like this. And everybody looking at Tulsidas, what kind of fellow you are? You are a Aliya, not as a Sevarana, son-in-law. You can come in the main door. You can wait for 2-3 minutes, we'll open the door. And Matajis are looking, see, your husband is so much attached to you. You are a very nice person. You are a fortunate, like that. So anyway, finally, the wife took him into inside house and says that similar how Bilvamangal Thakur got received the instruction from the Vaishya, same way Tulsidas' wife also says, if would have a same kind of attraction for the Lord, would have gone back to Godhead by this time. And she said that normally he left. Immediately he felt, I think I should take this. No, Lord Ramachandra has waked me up. I don't know where I kept my deity. Then he went back to home and searched out the deity and took him to hand and started walking everywhere, going and chanting always Rama, 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 Rama. Everywhere Rama, 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 Rama. And the age was like young he was. Till he became old, he was walking everywhere and chanting the Lord's name. Finally, he was not able to walk. వాళ్ళు నడిచే స్థితిలో లేరు. ఎవరు? తులసిదాస్. అంత వయసు అయిపోయింది. అప్పుడు ఏమైపోయిందంటే ఒక అడవిలోకి వచ్చేసాడు. ఈ ఎంటర్ ఇన్ టు ద ఫారెస్ట్ and he's saying, somehow he is not able to move anywhere. There was one big tree, below the tree he is sitting, and he's chanting Rama, 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 Rama. Then finally, now my body is not moving, I don't know how long I will survive here. Let me have a talk with Lord Rama. Seriously, intensely asked, my dear Lord Rama, how long should I wait? You are not giving me darshan. I am here to take darshan of you. Please help me out with your darshan. Then, my dear Tulsi Das, you are a great soul. Some voice comes, you are a great soul. Who is speaking? Who is speaking? Lord Rama, Lord Rama. No, I am not Rama. I am the ghost. అడవిలో ఎవరు లేకున్నప్పుడు కూర్చొని భగవంతుని భజన చేస్తా ఉంటే భగవంతుడు రాలే, భగవంతునికి ఆపోజిట్ గా గోస్ట్, అది దయ్యం వస్తే ఎలా ఉంటుంది? సో యాక్చువల్లీ when I was initially in the Narsimha temple, we all brahmacharis used to discuss. One day Arikshetra Prabhu was telling, when he was in Jagannath Mandir, nobody was sleeping in a hall, temple hall. Why? No, Subhadra may come, Jagannath may come. So they are fearful of, now, if they come, how to handle? Better we'll sleep in the ashram. So he was telling, we are even fearful of the Lord. We chant some, Lord's name, but when he really comes to us, we don't know how to handle it. And we have a lot of fear. When somebody comes, I am Jagannath, he says no. So we don't know, clueless what to do. So like that, when this voice comes, says that I am the ghost. So what should I do? ఏం చేయాలి నేను ఇప్పుడు? See, నాకు చాలా మంచి పని చేశారు మీరు. నువ్వు నా చెట్టు కింద కూర్చున్నావు కదా, ఆ చెట్టే దెయ్యం. So this is the ghost. The tree is the ghost, and says that because last 9 days I keep hearing 24 hours Ram, 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 Ram. So now I have reached to the stage where I can liberate from the tree body. But I'll help you out. You are trying to find the Lord Rama. I'll give the clue for it, but you should help me something. You already helped me by chanting the Lord's name, and one more help is required. What is that? Go and bring the Ganges water and give me. Definitely I'll be liberated from this, and I'll give you a tip how you can take darshan of the Lord Rama and where you can go. Yes, definitely once hearing that, yes, I can get the Lord Ramachandra darshan, somehow he picked up and he went and brought the water and gave it to. సో పోయేసి ఎప్పుడైతే అలా చెప్పారో, నీళ్లు, గంగా నది నీళ్లు తెచ్చేసి ఆ చెట్టుకి ఇచ్చారు, దెయ్యానికి. ఆ దెయ్యము దేహం వచ్చింది, చెప్పింది అప్పుడు ఏమని, కాశీకి వెళ్ళండి. ఎక్కడికి? యు గో టు ద కాశీ. దేర్ ఈస్ ఎ వన్ బ్రాహ్మణ హూ ఈస్ రిసైటింగ్ ఎ రామాయణ ఇన్ సాంస్క్రిట్. Go there, and there will be lot of people who comes there, and lot of will be walking out. The person who comes first and who leaves last, you approach him. He is the old person. He will tell you where you can find Lord Rama. అక్కడ వెళ్ళేసి ఒక ఆయన సాంస్క్రిట్లో రామాయణ చదువుతుంటారు, ఆ క్లాస్లోకి ఇక్కడ ఇలాగా అందరికంటే ముందు వస్తాడు ఆయన, ఒక ఆయన అందరికంటే లాస్ట్లో వెళ్తాడు. అలాంటి ఒక ఆయన ముసలాయన ఉంటాడు, ఆయన దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి అడుగు, మీకు చెప్తారు. So then immediately he rushed to Kashi, and he found, yes, there was one Brahmana who is reciting Ramayana in Sanskrit. And he went and heard, he could not understand anything from Sanskrit, and they said that he went to the Brahmana, why don't you recite in local language? Everybody can enjoy. మీరు లోకల్ లాంగ్వేజ్లో చెప్తే అందరికీ అర్థమవుతుంది భాగవతము, రామాయణము. లోకల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఎందుకు చెప్పకూడదు? నీకు తెలియదు, ఊరుకో. భగవంతుని రామాయణము సాంస్క్రిట్లోనే చదవాలి, దైవ భాష. సో రామాయణ షుడ్ బి రిసైటెడ్ ఇన్ దైవ భాష, దట్ ఈస్ సాంస్క్రిట్. సో దెన్ హీ హ్యాడ్ సమ్ ఆర్గ్యుమెంట్ విత్ హిమ్. No, there are many people falling asleep, they are not understanding. You are speaking in English where they are not understanding. సో చాలా మంది నిద్రపోతున్నారు, ఉపయోగం లేదు. అందరూ నిద్రపోయిన తర్వాత మీరు రామాయణం చెప్తే ఏమొచ్చా, ఉపయోగం ఏముంది, అర్థమయ్యేలాగా నా రామాయణం చెప్పాలి. బట్ హీ వాజ్ నాట్ అగ్రీయింగ్, హీ వాజ్ వెరీ ఈగోయిస్టిక్ పర్సన్. అండ్ some little bit of here and there. Then he was waiting. Everybody left, and he also started walking. There was one corner, one old Brahmana sitting. This is the one the ghost has directed me. So then he went there. ముసలాయన దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళేసి ఏమయ్యా యాక్చువల్గా in this ghost already informed that the old person who is none other than Hanuman. Don't leave him, he will show you the Rama. He went to the old person and asked, my dear Guru, please help me out, I want to take darshan of Lord Rama. I don't know, I am just a old man here. But anyway, by the way you were fighting with him, what happened? I told him, I requested him to speak in a local language, but he is not speaking in local language. Okay, anyway, leave. So then he requested, continuous request. He says that, okay, you do one thing. You go tomorrow near Ganges. There you will get the darshan of the Lord. And Tulsidas went there and said, and somebody gives this sandalwood to rub. He was rubbing the sandalwood. ఏమంటారు గంధాన్ని చేస్తుంటారు. గంధాన్ని చేస్తుంటే ఒకరు వస్తారు ఫస్ట్, ఏమయ్యా నాకు కొంచెం గంధం ఇస్తావా, ఇలా చేస్తుంటారు. తీసుకో, తల కూడా పైకెత్తాడు. He won't even lift his head. He was making the sandalwood and somebody came and asked, give me some sandal. Yes, he takes and gives, take. And again after some time another person comes, again he gives. He's not looking. From up this, whatever the ghost has got liberated, looking, array, how fortunate this person. Lord Rama once came, Lord Lakshmana once came. He is asking sandalwood and he is giving sandalwood. He is not taking darshan of the Lord. So here, this entire story of Tulsidas, still Lord is there. Time is no. So this Tulsidas, one point we need to understand is when he took a instruction from this wife, he took it very seriously and he chanted Lord's name. And when he came below the tree, he also was chanting the Lord's name. Just because of his chanting, వాళ్ళు జపం చేయడం వల్ల ఎంత అంటే దయ్యం రూపంలో ఉన్న ఒక చెట్టు కూడా తనకి ముక్తి వస్తుంది. మీరు అనొచ్చు, మరి ముక్తి వాళ్ళకి వచ్చింది కదా ప్రభు, ముక్తికిను భక్తికి చాలా వ్యత్యాసం ఉంటుంది. ఇట్స్ a lot of difference between the mukti and bhakti. So Tulsidas is doing the bhakti and that ghost wants liberation, mukti. So అలాగా ఈ దెయ్యం వచ్చేసి ముక్తి కావాలని కోరుకుంటా ఉంది, తులసిదాసు భక్తి కావాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాడు. దిస్ ఈస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్. సో మనం ఎప్పుడైతే భక్తి కోరుకుంటామో వీ హ్యావ్ టు వాక్ అండ్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ ఎ షెల్టర్ ఆఫ్ ద డిఫరెంట్ ఆచార్యస్ టు రీచ్ ద ప్లేస్. సో సింపుల్ పర్సన్ Tulsidas never had any darshan of the Lord. He could give him liberation to the ghost because of his presence, because of his chanting. That's why when you chant Hare Krishna mantra, even we may chant offenselessly, we may chant Nama Bhasa, Nama Aparada, Nama Bhasa, Suddha Nam. Whatever state of chanting, it helps so many creatures. So we want bhakti, we want to advance in Krishna consciousness. It takes time until unless it's anartha nivrutti completes. So by hearing the Lord's name from the mouth of Tulsidas, this ghost got liberated. And it also says that because of your presence and your sangha, how Arjuna's presence made Duryodhana to think Krishna may be Lord. Similarly, the presence of Tulsidas, this ghost also liberated and he felt so happy. See, Tulsidas so fortunate to take darshan of the Lord Ramachandra and Lakshmana. That's why this is a very, very important. When we are chanting, we should not think, okay, I am not chanting properly anyway, why to chant? Keep the bag aside. No, whatever state you chant, whatever the mood you are able to chant, chant continuously. Even late night sometime, that due to services, don't skip the rounds. Now complete the minimum rounds, whatever you promised, and It will help. Definitely, Harinam helps us. So here the example is, Tulsidas. So Tulsidas has done that. So Krishna. So then another point here mentioned is, so yeah, he has inconceivable potency. Virata Rupa exhibited on the battlefield of the Kurukshetra is the material conception of his form. So for Lord, like last time in Bhakti Shastri also, Ananta Gaur Sundar was telling, for our conception there is a material, there is a spiritual. For Lord there is no material and spiritual. Everything is energy. ఇప్పుడు మన 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 వరకు మనకి ఏమనిపిస్తుంది అంటే ఇది భౌతిక ప్రపంచము, అది ఆధ్యాత్మిక ప్రపంచం అనేసి. బట్ భగవంతునికి అంతా ఒకటే. భగవంతునికి 4 పిల్లలు ఉంటే 4 పిల్లలు ఒకటే. మనకి మాత్రం మా నాన్న అని మనం అంటే, వాళ్ళు వాళ్ళ నాన్న అని వాళ్ళు అంటారు. సో దట్స్ వై దెర్ ఈస్ నో డిఫరెన్స్ ఫర్ ద లార్డ్. ఆల్ ద ఎనర్జీ, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈస్ ఎనర్జీ. సో దట్స్ వై దెర్ ఆర్ ద సో మెనీ ఫార్మ్స్ అండ్ సో మెనీ అవతారాస్ లార్డ్ టేక్స్ హియర్ అండ్ appears for the pleasure of the devotees. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyudhanavadharmasya sadasmanam srujamyaham. So wherever and whenever there is a decline of devotional service, bhakti, and increase of adharma, irreligion, I'll appear. So when corona came, it was really torturing many people. And devotees was not devotees. Other people were asking why Lord is not appearing here, why he is not controlling the corona. But how we can relate this sloka? Krishna says, when adharma increases, I will come. So we should understand, whatever we are chanting now, Hare Krishna mantra, as already dharma is given by the Lord, and we are chanting Hare Krishna mantra, it is working. When Lord appears, we should understand that there is no dharma now. If Lord is not appearing here, still there is a dharma. That's why Lord is not appearing. So he says, no, whenever there is a adharma increases, I will come. If he is not come, means what? There is no fully occupied by adharma. There is a dharma. Still we can take a shelter of dharma. So Shama, what is that? The sloka mentions in Srimad Bhagavatam, when Lord Krishna went, Shamo Swadamopagahatai. So when Lord Krishna went into the Goloka, where does this dharma has taken shelter? Then Naimisharanya, the question was asked to the by sages. So when Lord disappeared, where does now dharma has taken shelter? Then the answer is Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the place where we can all of us take shelter and practice dharma. మనము శ్రీమద్ భాగవతాన్ని ఈ చదవడము, వినడము, ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడం, మన జీవితంలో ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయడం ద్వారా మనము ధర్మానికి షెల్టర్ ధర్మం యొక్క శరణాగతి తీసుకోవచ్చు అని ఇక్కడ చెప్తున్నారు. సో దట్స్ వై నౌ ఇట్స్ అ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇన్ ద అసోసియేషన్ ఆఫ్ డివోటీస్ అండ్ కమింగ్ అండ్ ప్రాక్టీసింగ్ కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్నెస్ టు ఇంప్రూవ్ అవర్ టేస్ట్ ఫర్ కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్నెస్. This is the very important. Now the final one, how much? Somebody can check how long I can. So once there is another pastime of Satyabhama. Many of you know Sri Krishna Tulavara, right? So Krishna has put into the weighing machine and started weighing him. So this has happened because Krishna had how many wives? 16,108 wives. And he had 16,108 palaces separately. And each wife had 10 sons. What is the count now? What is the count of Krishna's family now? 16,108 into 10. So that is his family members. To meet all of his family members, how much time it takes? It's very difficult, right? Like for us, not for Krishna. So at a time, simultaneously, he was present in everybody's house. All the wives was feeling, yes, Krishna is with me, Krishna is with me. If they feel అంతవరకు వాళ్ళు ఫీల్ అయితే పర్వాలేదు, ఏమే కృష్ణ నాతో ఉన్నాడని. కృష్ణ నాతోనే ఉన్నాడు అంటే అప్పుడు ప్రాబ్లం అవుతుంది. When they feel that Krishna is only with me, then Krishna leaves the place. In 40 minutes. Okay, so Srimad Bhagavatam is extending now. So even in Vrindavan, when Lord, in the midnight, he takes a vamshi and flute, he start playing. Everybody attracts to the Lord. All gopis goes to the Krishna, and they were searching. And finally they got, and they were playing, and there was a rasa dance. And after that, suddenly, Lord left the place. They were searching. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? No, they were asking everyone. That is a Gopi Geet. If you see, that is the time gopis sang this Gopi Geet when Lord left them. ఎప్పుడైతే రాసా డ్యాన్స్ నుంచి, రాసలీల నుంచి భగవంతుడు వెళ్ళిపోతాడో అప్పుడు ఆ టైంలో ఈ గోపి గీత అని పాడతారు గోపిక. ఏమంటే ప్రతి ఒక్కరిని అడుగుతుంటారు, ఈ వైట్ని కూడా అడుగుతారు, నువ్వు కృష్ణుని చూసావా అనేసి. హ్యావ్ యూ సీన్ కృష్ణ అనేసి. ఇన్ దట్ separation they sang this Gopi Geet. Anyway, after some time they are walking, all the gopis. Finally they saw the two people walking. There was a two people footprints over there. ఆ పాదగా అజ్జీలు అక్కడ ఉన్నాయంట, two people. Then they understood, yes, Krishna left us and he went with two people walking there. One is Krishna, other one Radharani. So Krishna, he left us, and so he went with Radharani. Then after some time, of course, Krishna and Radharani, they are walking. And there is a lila happens when Radharani want to pluck the flowers. He was jumping and holds the trunk of the tree. ఎప్పుడైతే ఆ చెట్టు కొమ్మని పట్టుకుంటే అప్పుడు పైకి వదిలేస్తాడు కృష్ణ. సో ఇవంతా అక్కడ. సో సమ్ లీలా హ్యాపెన్స్. ఆఫ్టర్ సమ్ టైమ్ Radharani felt very happy that Krishna is with me. And momentarily she felt that Krishna is only with me. Immediately Krishna left. Even Radharani. And after that he started walking. And behind other entire team of gopis also walking. Then they found Radharani sitting on one place and crying. So okay, they were happy. Even Krishna left Radharani. So like that. So that's why whenever we get that in thought in our mind that Krishna is only with me, or Prabhupada is only with me, or this is only, I have only this quality, so then immediately we lose that quality. That's why Krishna can tolerate anything and everything. That, what is that? Pride Krishna never taken. Tolerates in his devotees mainly. So that is the way. Here also I was telling Satyabhama story, and Satyabhama actually is of course everybody expansion of Radharani only. So Satyabhama handles in the way of how Radharani handles Krishna. So everybody thinking that Krishna is with everyone, but Satyabhama wants Krishna to with him only. Then she approached వాళ్ళు వెళ్ళి నారదముని కలుస్తారు. నారదముని కలిసి, నాకే కృష్ణుడు కావాలంటే నేనేం చేయాలి? If I want Krishna only for me, what should I do? Then Narada Muni knows what is the heart of Lord, and he says that I'll tell one thing, if you do that, definitely Krishna will be your property. What is that? First, you have to sell Krishna to me. After some time, I'll sell back to you. Then the Krishna is only your property. Now Krishna is property of everyone. Once you sell, it becomes my property. After that, I can sell anybody and everybody. నాకు ఒకసారి మీరు అమ్మేశారనుకో కృష్ణుని, నా దగ్గర ఉంచుకుంటాను, తర్వాత మీకు అమ్మేస్తాను, అప్పుడు మీకు మాత్రమే ఉంటారు కృష్ణుడు. ఎస్, Narada Muni is a guru and he is giving a good idea. And Satyabhama says, of course I'll sell. And immediately the agreement has done, and she sold Krishna to Narada. Narada came and sat. Of course, this is the internal plan of Krishna and Narada. Narada came and sat there. Hey Krishna, come here. Clean this area. So Krishna was cleaning. And Krishna is happy because they both planned. Who? Narada and Krishna both planned. ఇద్దరు ప్లాన్ చేసుకున్నారు ఇలాగ చేయాలి అని. So he was cleaning as if he is a very menial servant. Whatever Narada Muni says. And who will feel bad now? No, Satyabhama no problem. For Satyabhama anyway she sold. Rest, all the wives are there, right? So they are seeing their husband is serving as a menial servant. They felt so bad and they went back to Satyabhama and raise the war and fight. How can you do this? How can you sell Krishna is not only your property, is property of all of us. So there is a big argument. Then finally Satyabhama also said, no. There is a clause in the agreement that he should sell me back Krishna. Agreement లో ఇంకో ప్రొవిజన్ ఉంది, తొందర లేదు, నేను మళ్ళీ కొనుక్కుంటున్నాను కృష్ణని. Go and do first. We are not able to see Krishna serving Narada. Then Satyabhama went and asked, Narada, now time is over. You give me back. Who are you? Narada said, who are you? I never seen you. We had an agreement that you will sell me back. I was thinking to sell you back, but now I am very happy, very nice servant I got it. And with the cheap labor. So he is doing me a lot of service, so I want him to be with me. And Satyabhama, she tries all the best to get Narada Muni, Krishna back. But no use. Finally, okay, I'll give one option. All of you together, bring all your jewels, jewelry, diamonds, everything. And the weight of Krishna, if you give me, I'll give back Krishna to you. Then Satyabhama went to all the wives of Krishna and say, this is the option, we should grab it, we should not leave. ఈ అవకాశాన్ని వదులుకుంటే మళ్ళీ నారదముని మనసు మారిపోవచ్చు, మనకి కృష్ణని ఇవ్వకపోవచ్చు. So everybody brought their jewelry and put it to the weighing machine, and other side is Krishna is not even inch moving. So much of gold, diamonds and all the even like walls also was diamond. Everything they take out and putting. అందరూ వేస్తున్నారు, అయినా కూడా ఇంచు కూడా కదలట్లేదు. కానీ దాంట్లో ఒక భార్య, ఆమె ఏం గోల్డ్ తీలే. The one wife, she didn't even remove one small even what is that? Ornament. Everything intact she has. In his house also a lot of gold is there, she is not bringing. And all wives went and why you are not doing this? No, I won't give. Who is that? Rukmini. Rukmini didn't give anything. Then they are struggling to get Krishna and she is silent. And they also know that if Rukmini comes, something will happen. And Rukmini finally, by seeing their effort and everything, she went and said that you remove all the gold. All the gold remove. Remove చేసేసేయండి, గోల్డ్ అంతా తీసేసి పక్కకి తీసేసి అట్లా బయట పార్క్లో వెళ్ళేసి ఒక తులసి దళం తీసుకొని దాని మీద భగవంతుని నామం రాసి అది తెచ్చి she brings the tulasi which is written the Lord's name and placed on the other side of the weighing machine. Krishna went up. So here in this story we can see the Lord's availability or Lord's presence in our life is only because of, not because of our opulence or our skills. No, I am very strong person, I am very tall person, I am very beautiful and I am very nicely I can narrate the stories, I can do this. These all are the products of the pride. When we get this pride, no matter how much you try, you cannot get Krishna. The pride has to go. So that is the reason many even Narada Muni in other time also, he went and asked Krishna, what is Maya? I never seen that everybody prays to you that Maya is so powerful, Maya is so powerful. I want to see really what is Maya. No, Narada, this is not time, we'll see later. No, my Lord, I want to see. Because he is a Brahmaputra, he is a Brahma Manasa Putra. From day one he is doing a devotional service. He never felt that there is a Maya. So for us it's like It's very rarely we feel that. Morning, His Holiness Bhakti Vignan Goswami Maharaj was giving a class in morning Jabata. He was telling, when we come to the Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, so Anartha Nivrutti, then. Once we come to the Ruchi, what happens? In Ruchi state, also we will get deviated from the devotional service. Sometimes we will have a taste for the Krishna consciousness, sometimes we may not have a taste for Krishna consciousness. But the majority time, చాలా సమయము మనం భగవంతుని ధ్యాసలోనే ఉంటాము, కానీ స్కిప్ అవుతూ ఉంటాం. In Ruchi state. Next stage is Asakti. When you come to the state of Asakti, what happens? There also deviation is there. What is the deviation? There is opposite. Now we are struggling to remember Krishna. Even in Bhagavatam class or chanting time, we'll sometime off mind and on mind and everything. But in Asakti state, what happens? Is he will struggle to forget Krishna. The deviation means what? He will be fully in Krishna consciousness, and even a moment he will again go back to the Krishna consciousness. Always in Krishna consciousness. Deviation means enter into the Krishna consciousness. Now the deviation means we are from the spiritual life to material life. Sometimes we will remember, again we will go back to material life. So like that, once we come to the Asakti state, then that is the state where we can always remember Krishna and serve Krishna. So that's what Maharaj was telling morning. So this is the way Narada Muni is the best example at least in a Guru Parampara. There are a lot of Acharyas. So Narada Muni, 24 hours, he is a traveling preacher. He goes to different places and preach to the different people. In one sloka, in one word, he makes the devotees. So that's why we all are coming in the same Guru Parampara. We also can reach the stage where we can preach very perfectly. So like yesterday also we were saying, Prabhupada stood at the Juhu temple and said that there should be one temple. Then there is a Chowpatty temple has come. So just by the pure devotee of the Lord, he says that this should happen, that will happen. What we have to do? We have to come to that pure state of devotional service. Once we come, everything falls in properly. That's what we need to try in this Krishna consciousness movement. And they are saying another half an hour for Prashadam. So whatever actions a great man performs, common man will follow. And whatever the standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. So that's why when we are wearing tulasi, kanti mala, tilak, dhoti, kurta, everything, we go out on the street. When we go out, so many people will be observing us. Whatever we do, they will follow that. They may not chant. Nice things they may not follow. But once you go to some hotel, nice hotel, properly this thick kanti mala wearing, big kanti mala, putting big tilak and going and sitting in the hotel, bring dosa. So people say, oh, Hare Krishna fellow also eat in the hotel. So that's why whatever, we'll go to some shop, give me Coca-Cola, Fanta, and what is Maja. So these all things, at least the serious devotees who wants to advance in Krishna consciousness, we should be very careful with our actions. See, when the devotees are taking up initial Krishna consciousness, they are okay. Because they don't know what is what. But the devotees who are in a serious state, at least they should wear dhoti kurta, proper dhoti kurta, and proper tilak. And yesterday Amoglila Prabhu was telling. So whatever we are wearing, we should be, what is it, proud of it. So wearing tilak, wearing kantimala, holding bead bag, and wearing dhoti kurta and whatever sari, we should feel proud that I am a servant of Krishna. Why Mataji keeps Sindura? Whatever he said, I am telling you. Why Mataji keeps Sindura? That I am belongs to my husband. And he was, very, jokingly was commenting also. I cannot repeat those things. So this whatever the now indications has given to us, designations we should follow properly. When we follow, no, the strength also comes in the same way. When somebody follows husband 100%, he will get definitely the strength. And we follow half and we expect half from husband. How is it possible? One day, one Prabhu came when my initial Krishna consciousness. He was coming regularly for class. One day he brought Mataji also. Said that later she didn't return. Only he was coming. And I asked Prabhu why Mataji is coming. Prabhu, I think last class she heard that whatever Prabhu does, 50% goes to wife. So that's why she says that why to come? Anyway, I'm getting 50%. You go and do the devotion service. So it's not like that. 50% comes to you provided you are 100%. That's right. So we should follow that. When you follow, obviously it comes. Obviously it comes. So when Dhruva Maharaj, now Prabhupada writes in the Bhagavad Gita, I think introduction or preface, even if by reading this Bhagavatam, one person becomes a pure devotee of the Lord, my endeavors are successful. And in another instance says, Prabhupada says that any of you goes back to Godhead, please remember me. Once you go there, please tell Krishna that my Guru is there, please bring him also back. It's not like that, no. It's not a real case of Prabhupada. Of course, Prabhupada is a Acharya and is a Jagat Guru. He has come to bring us, take us back to Godhead. But even Acharya says that I need my disciple blessings also. I need the junior most devotee blessings also. Then only we can go back to Godhead. So that's why we need to be very careful when we are in a Krishna consciousness, whatever we are practicing and whatever we are teaching to others, and we should be practice the exemplary behaviors possible. If not, we can consult with your seniors where we can reduce our standards. So like that. So this continuous with consultation we can come to proper standard. So that's why we need to be very careful in Krishna consciousness. So all the above statements of the Lord apply into the different plenary portions. And another sloka here mentions is, if I should cease to work, then all humanity would be misdirected. See this 3.21, Krishna says that whatever the పెద్దోళ్ళు ఏమైతే చేస్తారో పిల్లలు కూడా అదే చేస్తారని చెప్తున్నారు. Whatever the big people does, later everybody follows. That's what happened in Ramayana when Lord Ramachandra brought Sita Mata from the forest. And one person, who is that person, said? Dobi. What he said? Hey, Rama only brought from forest. She was away from Rama for 3-4 years. Still he brought. I am not like that. I'll send you something like that. He spoke. Just by hearing that, Lord Rama again, he sent Sita Mata to forest. So here many people questions, how can Lord Ramachandra do this? He is the Lord himself and he knows that about Sita. How can he do this? There is the answer is, Lord Ramachandra is, of course, he is the Lord and he is also a king. King has to give exemplary behavior and exemplary examples to the society. Then they'll follow. If we only do mistake, nobody follows that. That's why Lord Ramachandra, for the sake of the good practices, yes, sent Sita Mata to forest. And another example where Prithu Maharaj was doing a yagna. He comes to 99 yagnas. Prithu Maharaju 99 యజ్ఞాలు చేస్తారు. చేసిన తర్వాత 100వ యజ్ఞం చేసేకి వచ్చేటప్పటికి ఏమవుతుంది? So he brought the horse and decorated everything and ready for the 100th yajna. Indra comes and kidnaps this horse. ఇంద్రుడు వచ్చి గుర్రాన్ని ఎత్తుకెళ్ళిపోతాడు. గుర్రాన్ని ఎత్తుకెళ్ళిపోయిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళ కొడుకు వెళ్ళి మళ్ళీ తీసుకొస్తాడు. So in this process, this Indra uses the many different ideas. What is that? Once he comes as a normal person, he takes. Another time he comes like this, proper saffron dhoti kurta, pudding thilak, everything, and he comes to the arena of the yajna, and he just hold the arch. He immediately kidnaps and goes. And his son is behind. Prithu Maharaj's son is behind the Indra with the weapons. Hey, leave like that. Then after some time when he released the arrow, he became Indra. So then Lord appears to Prithu Maharaj and says, my dear Prithu, don't do this yajna. Leave it. Why you need to do the 100th yajna? To please me, right? I am already pleased with you. మీరు మళ్ళీ 100వ యజ్ఞం చేయని అవసరం లేదు. ఎందుకో ఈ 100 యజ్ఞాలు ఎందుకు చేస్తున్నారో నన్ను ప్లీజ్ చేయడం కోసమే కదా. నేను ఆల్రెడీ ప్లీజ్ అయినాను. మీరు చేయని అవసరం లేదు, వదిలేయండి. ఎందుకు? వై వీ షుడ్ స్టాప్? ఇఫ్ యూ కంటిన్యూ టు డూ దిస్ 100th యజ్ఞ, ఇంద్ర విల్ బి కంటిన్యూలీ ట్రయింగ్ హిస్ బెస్ట్ టు స్టాప్ దిస్ యజ్ఞ. మీరు ఎప్పుడైతే 100వ యజ్ఞం కంప్లీట్ చేయాలని ట్రై చేస్తారో, ఇంద్రుడు కూడా ఈ 100వ యజ్ఞాన్ని ఆపడానికి శత విధాల ప్రయత్నం చేస్తాడు. Then he'll create different practices which we is not supposed to do. ఆయన ఎలాంటి ఆలోచనలు చేస్తారంటే దొంగతనం చేయడము, ఇది చేయడం అది చేయడము, మనం ఏవైతే ఫాలో కాకూడదో, ఏవైతే మనం ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయకూడదో అలాంటి విషయాలన్నీ తెచ్చి ఇక్కడ చేస్తాడు. మరుసటి రోజు ఏం చెప్తారు? ఇంద్రుడే అలా చేశాడు, నేను ఎందుకు చేయకూడదు? So Indra only did like this. I'll follow Indra. Whatever the mispractices Indra is bringing up, that will become a way for the miscreants in future. So they'll follow that. That's why Prithu Maharaj, please stop this 100th yajna. అలాగా పృథు మహారాజ్ని 100వ యజ్ఞం ఆపుతారు. ఇప్పటికే ఇంద్రుడు వచ్చేసి సాధు రూపంలో వచ్చేసి, సాధు ఎప్పుడు కూడా మోసం చేయకూడదు. Sadhu should not cheat others. So he has come in the form of sadhu and he kidnapped the arch. So that's why he stopped here. Like this, the person of the head of the house or the head of the society has to follow proper rules and regulations. Now one MLA or MP or the chief minister, he does something and down people, everybody follows same thing. Before politics, he will be maybe 100 crores or 50 crores of property. Once he comes to the politics, his number increases 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 crores. So now how can we expect that they says that people should not take money for the vote? Why won't they? They will take because you are taking. They will also take. When you stop corruption, they will also follow that. So that's why here mentioned that Krishna, why I became a charioteer? If I won't do work, others also follow same thing. So that's why in 3.24 it is mentioned, if I should cease the work, then humanity would be misdirected. I would also be a cause of the creation, creating unwanted population. I would therefore destroy the peace of all scientific beings. So that's why I want to do my work. It is mentioned. Then to deliver, why I will come here? To deliver the pious people and annihilate the impious people and re-establish the dharma. I have come here. So that's why here Lord comes and Lord, servants also comes to spread the Krishna consciousness here. So in this sloka conclusion is that Krishna comes directly in a 24 hours of Brahma once. 24 hours of Brahma once Krishna comes. In that 12 hours is just a vacant. It's a sleeping time. Another 12 hours, there is a 14 Manus, and each Manu time there is a Sapta Rishis and Indra changes. So like this, in that 24th, now whatever Manu is there, that time, Krishna appears in this world, Swayam Bhagavan. So that is mentioned here. So Krishna comes himself, or Krishna comes in the form of, in the avatara, Krishna comes in the Shakti Avatara. Krishna sends his devotees to preach here. So this all to, why he sends all this? To re-establish the dharma so that we all can go back to Godhead. This is the essence of this sloka. All the, and even whatever the form, even if, no, Virata Rupa, any Rupa in that case, everything is to take us back to Godhead. So that's where the conclusion of this sloka. I'll stop here. If anybody has any sloka, please, sorry, any doubts, you can raise any points, any questions.
Prabhu, finally, Tulsidas sees Lord Rama,
Yes, same, right?
but he's just giving like this.
That's where Acharya stops. What we supposed to understand is, even he was trying to no, see the Lord. He want to take darshan of the Lord. He was so much immersed in the chanting of the Lord's name and the process which is suggested by the Brahmana, Hanuman. Hanuman said, you go there, you'll see that. So just he was immersed in the process of the acharyas, then automatically we feel inside also the presence of the Lord. Of course, later he saw that, and he has a very good time with the Lord. There are many other pastimes also in the after continuation. He takes the darshan of the Lord Rama, and even Lord Rama personally comes. There was one group of people who want to just disrepute the Tulsidas. They comes around 50 people and says that we have come here for prasadam. He doesn't have anything, and Lord became a Tulsidas, and he sent Tulsidas out for kirtan, and he made them, everyone in the house, he served them sufficient prasadam. And after that, Tulsidas back, everybody was happy in the home. When did they came? What did they do here? Everything. It was, his wife told, yes, this all has happened. So like that, the devotees are always, Krishna never leaves devotees. Only thing is, we leave the faith on the Lord. When we leave faith, everything goes. Faith is the major thing. We should have faith on the Lord. So Prabhupada also says, don't worry, chant 16 rounds, follow 4 regulative principles, whatever instructions I have given, definitely you will back to Godhead. I have a key of Vaikuntha, you can come. So we should have a faith on that, Prabhupada. At least we have seen just 50 years before how Prabhupada has struggled to bring up this Krishna consciousness movement, not having a single penny. I think last time I was hearing a Bhakti Shastri class of my Bhakti Shastri class, when Prabhupada was about to land in the ship, there was another ship was coming, and there was one person who was standing, and Prabhupada with saffron robes, he was standing like this. Always Prabhupada keeps his head like this. He never keeps down like this. So when he was looking, other person was, somehow he was staring at Prabhupada opposite dressing. So like a Prabhupada said like this, he showed his hand. Later, the person who has darshan of the Prabhupada hand, he became a Maharaj in the ISKCON. Charu Mitra Maharaj, something his name. So like that, pure devotee, we should have the faith. And there are a lot of examples where Prabhupada just momentarily made a devotees. He went to Russia. I think 5 days or 3 days they gave a visa for Prabhupada. In Russia, they were not allowing him. If Prabhupada sits here, there will be 4-5 kg of people here already. So, Shyamsundar Prabhu and one more devotee, they were going out. So they were going out and trying to get the people to Prabhupada. So they met some people over there, and by seeing the white faces, and they identified these are the US people. And person came and asked, do you have a jeans with you? In Russian, రష్యాలో ఒక వ్యక్తి వచ్చి వీళ్ళతో అడుగుతారు, నీ దగ్గర జీన్స్ ప్యాంట్ ఉందా అని. జీన్స్ ప్యాంట్ లేదు. నో, ఐ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ జీన్స్ ప్యాంట్. డూ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ బీటిల్స్? బీటిల్స్ అంటే అప్పుడు ఎవరు, జార్జ్ హారిసన్. యాస్ నో, ఐ వాంట్ టు సీ యూ, లైక్ దట్ సమ్ సాంగ్స్ ఆర్ దేర్. ప్రభుపాద్ హరే కృష్ణ మంత్ర ఇవన్నీ కూడా రికార్డ్ చేశారు. ఆయన బీటిల్స్ అంటే దాని మీద ప్లే చేసి కీర్తన చేసేవాడు అన్నమాట. డూ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ బీటిల్స్ రికార్డింగ్? నో. దెన్ దే ఆస్క్డ్, డూ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ యుఎస్ కరెన్సీ? నో. అండ్ థర్డ్ క్వశ్చన్ వాస్ దిస్, డూ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎ బీటిల్స్ రికార్డింగ్? Then they said, no, we don't have a Beatles recording, but we have a guru of the Beatles. బీటిల్ రికార్డింగ్స్ మా దగ్గర లేవు, కానీ ఆ బీటిల్స్ ఎవరైతే పాడారో వాళ్ళ గురువు కూడా ఇక్కడే ఉన్నారు, మీరు వచ్చి కలిసి చూడండి. ఓ అఫ్ కోర్స్ విల్ కమ్. వన్ ఇండియన్ అండ్ వన్ రష్యన్, 2 people come. No, they brought Shyam Sundar Prabhu and other devotee brought to Prabhupada, and both the people were sitting with the Prabhupada, just 2 audience with Prabhupada, 3 days. Prabhupada taught him everything in a 3 days crash course. How to maintain temple, how to preach and what to preach, and how to bring the people to Krishna consciousness. Everything in 3 days crash course he taught. A Indian didn't take much interest. The Russian, yes, Prabhupada, I'll serve. But one more condition is remaining. What is that? He said, who? The Russian devotee said, he want to marry US girl. If you arrange this, I'll definitely preach whatever you said. Then there was a devotee, Mataji, in US, continuously praying for last 3 months. Whatever Prabhupada says, I should say yes. Whatever service he says, I should say yes. And his mind was prepared and chanting. Once Prabhupada comes back to US, and everybody came, and after that he looked at her. I have one service for you. Yes, Prabhupada, I am waiting for that. What is that? She didn't expect what Prabhupada says. You have to go to Russia. Then thought maybe Prabhupada went and maybe lot of preaching. Maybe because that he is sending. There is a one devotee in Russia. You should go and marry him and continue preaching. And no, Mataji looked at in a different confusion, in a different state. But again, she went in her heart and says that I was praying for the last 3 months to get some instruction from Prabhupada and to follow. Now Prabhupada is giving me this. I should do it. Yes, Prabhupada, I will go. Then she went there, and because of these 2 couples, now entire Russia preaching has started. Now we are in the state where after India there is a most, like a maximum congregation or the more devotees are practicing in Russia. Just because of these 2 couples. So that's why when you follow the instructions of the spiritual master, they are already empowered sufficiently. Just we need to connect our pipe with our spiritual masters or Prabhupada. When you connect the pipe, automatically flow comes. These 2 devotees has preached Russia, and many devotees now in Russia. I think recently we posted one message who are devotees in Russia, devotees in Ukraine. They want to meet each other. The people in Russia and people in Ukraine, they don't want to meet. This is the difference between the devotees and non-devotees. Once we become a devotees, we have a very big heart. We want to accommodate everyone into the temple. If some 1,000 people want to come here, we say, please come, we have a place. Even though we don't have a place of 200 people, still we call them, please come. So Ukraine devotees and Russian devotees are there speaking together, and they are attending the classes each other in online, everything. But the Ukraine fellow is putting the bomb on the Russia, and Russia fellow is putting a bomb on that. So this is the way, the only remedy in this world to become Krishna consciousness, then everything is possible. If you try other way around, if you try other side, it's not possible. That's why take up Krishna consciousness seriously and preach this message to everyone. Everybody will be happy. Okay? Hare Krishna.